Please be seated. Students, family members, friends, faculty, staff, welcome to the 2018 Carlson School of Management Graduate Commencement Ceremony. Joining me on stage for this special day are some of the people who have guided our graduates through what I hope has been a life-shaping experience. Please hold your applause as we have quite a few people to recognize, and we'll recognize all of them, all of our honored guests together. Representing the University of Minnesota Board of Regents, the Honorable David McMillan. Representing the Office of Academic Affairs and Provost, Scott Lanyon, Vice Provost and Dean of Graduate Education. From the China Executive MBA program, we welcome our distinguished colleague, Professor Jiang Lin, Academic Co-Director of the Chemba program at Lingnan College, Sun Yat-sen University. Our distinguished alumni and keynote speaker, Marsha Page, Co-founder and Executive Chair, Varde Partners, Inc. Professor Sean Curley, Director, PhD Program in Business Administration. From the Carlson School MBA and MS programs, Associate Dean Joel Waldfogel and Assistant Dean Phil Miller. Representing the Carlson Global Institute, Associate Dean Michael Houston and Assistant Dean Ann D'Angelo. Professor Avner Benner, Faculty Director, and Stacy Deppner-Hove, Director of the Master of Arts in Human Resources and Industrial Relations. Larry Callio, Director, Master of Accountancy. Paul Gutterman, Director, Master of Business Taxation. Professor De Liu, Director, Master of Science in Business Analytics. Professor Robert Goldstein, Director, Master in Finance. Professor Karen Donahue, Director, Master of Science in Supply Chain Management. Brian Milovich, President of the Carlson School Alumni Board. And last, but certainly not least, the distinguished faculty of the Carlson School of Management. Let's give them a round of applause. Without them, today would not have been possible. Another group who deserves your cheers are the family and friends who are here with us today or watching live stream. The support you have provided your loved one during their studies was critical to their success. Thank you and congratulations to all of you. Students, we are here today to award you a degree that recognizes your tireless efforts, acknowledges your scholarly achievements, and symbolizes the transformative effect of business education. Whether you use the degree you have earned from the Carlson School to pursue a career in business, start your own company, lead a nonprofit, or pursue further studies, it will undoubtedly help you realize that business is a force for good and position you to create a better tomorrow. While many organizations have a mission statement, at the Carlson School, we focus instead on our purpose. Our purpose is clear, and it is compelling. Our purpose is to inspire and enable individuals and organizations to create a brighter future. I think we are achieving that purpose as the class of 2018 didn't wait for graduation to begin making a difference. Maybe it was Laura Johnson's stunning Business as a Force for Good mural that was installed in our atrium that provided the motivation. Whatever it was, you have raised the bar in showing our community what can be done with a business education degree. You showed us a new approach for tackling the country's opioid epidemic. You worked to reduce the number of homeless veterans in our state. You used your data analytics skills to improve both medical and housing conditions in the Twin Cities. You built each other up, creating a community that empowers and encourages others to succeed. And you did all this while students. I can't wait to see what you're all going to do as alumni. Yes, you are now alumni. You have become members of a community that includes more than 55,000 graduates who came before you. You have joined a global force that reaches across 102 countries, yet is still deeply connected to this campus and to each other. One of the many things I love about the school is how willing our alumni have been to help our current students succeed. You likely all have a story of an alum that you never met, but that you reached out to on LinkedIn and who replied to your request or gave you assistance in your career search. It has become part of our culture that we ensure that the next generation of leaders being shaped in Minnesota has the same or greater opportunities to succeed than we had. Our alumni are accomplishing this by mentoring. They're doing it by providing experiential learning opportunities. They're hiring our graduates and becoming our business partners. They're investing both their time and their financial resources in our purpose to create a brighter future. I'll close with one final thought that I hope you remember for the rest of your life. The value of the degree you are receiving today is not fixed. Instead, it has the power to appreciate with proper stewardship. I hope you will follow those who have come before you and to make the Carlson School better for those who will follow. It's one of the best investments you'll ever make. On behalf of the University of Minnesota and the faculty and staff of the Carlson School, I offer you sincere congratulations on your degree. We are proud of all that you have achieved to date and are even more excited about all that you'll accomplish in the years to come. And at this point, it's now my privilege to introduce our keynote speaker. Marsha Page grew up as the oldest of 3 children in Olivia, Minnesota, which is a long way from the London and Singapore regional headquarters she would later establish as part of the global investment fund she co-founded in 1993. Growing up, Marsha gained an entrepreneurial education working in her father's Snyder drugstore. I believe her father may be here today. Learning the value of customer service from him, from her mother, Olivia's first female mayor, and a University of Minnesota regent, Marsha gained the quiet confidence to challenge the status quo and to blaze her own trails, something she would most certainly do. After graduating with her BA in economics from Gustavus Adolphus and her MBA from the Carlson School, just like you, Marsha joined Cargill. There, she developed a keen analytical sense for finding opportunities while trading distressed and high-yield bonds and managing fixed income portfolios. From Cargill, it was on to EBF and Associates, an alternative investment firm. She served as vice president and helped establish and manage Merced Partners, which is an investment partnership. Sensing an even bigger opportunity, she co-founded Varde Partners with George Hicks and Greg McMillan in 1993. In the nearly 25 years that have passed since then, Marsha has overseen every aspect of Varde's growth, ranging from the development of the original investment thesis to the raising of each fund, to the crafting of the firm's investor communications, and to the development of the firm's infrastructure. Marsha built the liquid investing side of the business, first focusing on all aspects of the day-to-day portfolio management, and then building the business on a worldwide basis, including moving to London as she built the side of the business there. Marsha has played key roles in various portfolio companies owned by the Varde funds, as well as serving on creditors' committees. Since its inception, Varde Partners has invested more than $55 billion and now has more than 280 employees spread across its 13 global offices. In addition to her tremendous business success, Marsha has been a role model in the community, serving on the Carlson School Board of Overseers, the University of Minnesota's Foundation's Investment Advisors Board, and the Gustavus Adolphus Board of Trustees. She's spoken in countless classes and at conferences and has mentored so many of our students. Marsha is an active leader within the Committee of 200, the C200, which is an organization of the world's most successful women entrepreneurs and corporate innovators aimed at advancing women's leadership in business. As part of C200, she co-chaired our MBA Reach Out event and has worked tirelessly to grow the presence of women in the finance industry. She has also remained true to her roots, supporting the Mary J. Page Community University Partnerships Fund to honor her mother's commitment to rural communities and sustainable development. I can say from personal experience that Marsha is one of the most grounded, most authentic, most humble, and most approachable leaders I have had the privilege to know. I can't thank her enough for her years of service to our school and for her friendship. And as Dean of the Carlson School, I couldn't be more proud of her accomplishments, and I'm so eager to hear the advice she has for us today. Graduates of the class of 2018, please join me in welcoming Marsha Page.
Dean Zahir, Vice Provost Lanyon, Regent McMillan, members of the faculty and administration, families and friends, and most importantly, members of the graduating class of 2018. Congratulations all. Thank you for allowing me to participate in your great day. Dean Zahir, that was a very kind introduction. It is truly my privilege to address all of you today. This is a great day, of course, for many reasons, some perhaps not so obvious. Just one example. It will be one of the rare moments in your business life that does not include PowerPoint slides, which is a good thing in case you're wondering. As you prepare to close out one chapter and begin another, I'd like you to think for a moment when you first became interested in the world of business. Many people see the study of business as the best path to a great job. For some, it reflects the influence of teachers and friends. For others, it's an area of great intellectual interest. Some of you, and you know who you are, still aren't sure how you wound up at the University of Minnesota in the first place, let alone with a business degree. I first became interested in business in a town that's about 100 miles west of here. My father was a pharmacist and owned a small store. I worked with him for most of my years as a student. For him, the heart of his business was exceptional customer service. He put the customer at the center of all that he did. My father thought of it as simply taking good care of the people he served every day. Reliable, thoughtful, considerate, he helped people. What I recall most clearly, though, was that my dad was the same person with customers or on the phone as he was with family. He treated us the same, decently, fairly, warmly. He did not become a different person when he put on the pharmacist jacket. It just was who he was. When I went off to college, I wanted to be a pharmacist as well, which seemed like a good idea until I got into a wrestling match with organic chemistry and lost badly. But I did have a capacity for math and business, and I found both to be intriguing. They helped explain and serve as a framework for much of what took place in the world around me. And it looked like a good combination, particularly if I wanted to get a job. All that ended up in receiving an MBA from Carlson, which, and I hope you find this reassuring, was one of the best decisions of my life. Carlson gave me the incredible grounding on which a career could be constructed. Following my graduation, I was fortunate to get a position as a financial analyst at Cargill here in the Twin Cities. And I was even more fortunate when an executive named Bob Lumpkins took a chance on me. One Friday afternoon, Bob asked if I knew what high-yield bonds were. Now, this was the early 1980s, and junk bonds weren't widely known yet. I told Bob I thought I knew what high-yield bonds were, and then spent the entire weekend feverishly researching, learning everything that I could about them. On Monday morning, he took the recommendation of this 25-year-old woman and purchased $5 million in high-yield bonds. I learned two very important lessons from that experience. One at the time and the other, the more important one, not until much later. At the time, the experience with high-yield bonds gave me a greatly expanded view of what was possible in the markets, a much broader range of what finance and investment could encompass. Not until much later, though, did I realize what had actually taken place. I was being given a lesson into what character means in the workplace and in life. Bob Lumpkins gave me several opportunities and regular, honest feedback. After I went into business with two partners, he became an investor in our funds, and he still serves as a mentor to me today. He placed chits on me and took the long view. This wasn't simply the employee development approach of a successful executive. It reflected the generosity of spirit and openness that defined him as a person. After Cargill, I moved on to become a portfolio manager at a hedge fund in the late 1980s. It was a frenzied era in many respects. You may have heard about some of the business behavior from that era. You heard correctly. Much of the behavior built characters. Character, not so much. I was able to make in my mouth. I wasn't always happy with the way people behaved, whether in their personal interactions or in their business dealings. It wasn't that I was naive to the ways of the world. I just didn't like it. And I refused to believe that being a jerk was a prerequisite for success. When I joined with two of my colleagues to set up our own investment management firm, we called it Varde Partners. Varde is the Swedish word for value, and we intended the name to reflect the value we would find and create for our clients, and to signal the importance of values in our approach to business. Just to be clear, we also wanted to make some money, which in turn can also serve important societal purposes. By offering good returns on investments, we and other firms help investors, such as this university, to fulfill their social missions. Our business is focused on alternative investments, meaning alternatives to traditional debt and equity. Many of these investments are complex and challenging to understand, and many of them also hadn't existed a decade before we founded our firm. And they certainly hadn't been on the curriculum at Carlson because they hadn't been created. That may well be the case for many of you. The sectors you may become involved with might not have existed 20 years ago, or as happened with me and countless others, you may find yourselves in fields and jobs you haven't even thought about at this point, or ones that will change radically. There will be a constant throughout the jobs and the career you have, the one thing that stays with you the entire time, who you are as a human being, the content of your character, as Martin Luther King put it, your values, your attitude, your approaches, and more than anything, your behavior. For people can and will judge us only by what we actually do. They will view you based on how you treat them and others in moments large and small, personal and professional, public and private. Our words matter only insofar as they connect or disconnect with our actions. Indeed, we are not judged by who we think we are, but rather how others see us. And as I suspect you are learning, there is often a gap between how we view ourselves and how others view us. It's part of the reason that my job interviews generally include a question about external feedback and prior reviews. Back in 2011, I had my first full 360-degree review at work. That's where an individual is assessed by the people who work for them, by peers and colleagues, and by boss or bosses. A full view of the individual. It was a real surprise to me. Not everyone saw me as the enlightened and engaged person I believed myself to be, which was too bad because I was perfectly happy in that little world of mine. Indeed, my review pushed me to demonstrate more leadership across the entire firm, not just in the comfort of my investing realm, and to leverage my time to increase my impact. The good news for me was that I had a choice. I had a choice in how I conducted myself, in how I acted on what I told myself was important, and in the ways I showed up for my colleagues, friends, and family. You have a choice too. Just like my dad had choices to make, and Bob Lumpkins did at Cargill. We all have real choices to make about how we treat people in the countless interactions that make up day-to-day life. We elevate or we diminish the perceptions they have of us. Importantly, that also includes a choice about the people with whom we work. Now, sitting here at graduation, some of you may be anxiously waiting for your first job offer, let alone what you might see as the luxury of being able to choose among two or more. But the day will come when you do have to choose, and just as the character and qualities matter, so too will the character and qualities of the people and the organizations you join. David Brooks of the New York Times captured this well. He wrote, "It occurred to me that there were two sets of virtues, the resume virtues and the eulogy virtues. The resume virtues are the skills you bring to the marketplace. The eulogy virtues are the ones that are talked about at your funeral. Whether you were kind, brave, honest, or faithful." Sitting here today, you may see the big decisions in front of you as being about jobs, careers, or your finances. But to Brooks's point, I suggest the biggest question is the one you're going to have to answer every day. What kind of person are you? What kind of person do others think you are? Your answer won't come in response to an essay question or a job interview. It will come in the way you choose to treat people, in how you help others in their careers, in the small and in the significant. It will come in the people you choose to work with and for. The way you answer that question will impact the course of your life and affect all the people you touch. Your choices will lead to actions that will accumulate over time into what people will know as your character. And given how deeply business is woven into the fabric of life, your choices will be shaping society for years to come. Your choices will have consequences. Fortunately, you have received a tremendous foundation here at Carlson and from the family members and friends who have supported and rooted for you all along. Stay close to those you know well as you make the decisions that will move you through your life and career. You are the next generation of business leaders in this state, country, and world. I can't wait to see how you answer the call. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcia, for sharing your thoughtful insights on the importance of character and for reminding us of the great impact our choices can have. The Carlson School is fortunate to enroll many academically talented students. At this time, the Carlson School faculty is proud to recognize the graduates who have earned the designation of Carlson Scholar. Will the graduates wearing maroon and gold cords please stand? Yes. If you're curious, this designation is based on a grade point average of 3.85 or higher. These students represent the highest level of academic achievement across the Carlson School of Management, and it's an absolute pleasure to have recognized them. It's now my pleasure to welcome Harpreet Sandhavalia, candidate for the Master of Business Administration degree, who has been selected as the student speaker on behalf of the graduate class of 2018.
Good morning, everyone. It is my honor to stand here before you as the graduate student commencement speaker. I'd like to begin by thanking our distinguished faculty for all of the support and guidance you have provided during our time at Carlson. I would also like to thank Marcia Page for joining us today. You're a trailblazing entrepreneur and a true inspiration for what being a Carlson alumni really means. And finally, a really big thank you to all the friends and family here today. Your unconditional support, encouragement, and love through so many assignments and presentations and exams has really been instrumental in making today possible. Thank you. Please join me once again in a round of applause for our supporters. Now, my fellow graduates, we made it. Come on, guys, we're here. You know what? I'd actually, before going on with all of this, really want to just take a moment to commemorate all of those nights and weekends and social events that we sacrificed to make today possible. We really gave up a lot, and we need to just, let's quick moment of silence, please. But in all seriousness, regardless of which program you're graduating from, I have no doubt that you put in a lot of hard work to be here today. But before we all walk across this stage to celebrate everything we have accomplished, I would like to spend some time reflecting with you all. In addition to the valuable in-class learning, try to recall just how much knowledge you have acquired from your classmates. Think about the relationships and fond memories you have accumulated during your time at Carlson. When I reflect on my own experience, the thing that I value the most is the culture of inclusion that I was fortunate enough to experience during my time. Throughout my 7-year professional career prior to joining the full-time MBA program, I encountered a fair amount of judgment that was sadly based on my gender or the color of my skin instead of the validity of the ideas that I was trying to present. And to be honest, I had a lot of hesitation walking into the first day of orientation of my class where I was one of 30% of women that make up our total class. And I was really concerned that I would have to take all the strategies that I had developed over time for really making my voice be heard in a conference room and translate that into a classroom with 10 times the people. And I'm happy to say that I was actually pleasantly surprised once I arrived, because at Carlson, I entered classrooms that fostered open discussion and provided a captive audience for anyone who was brave enough to just raise a hand. I entered a community where discussions around inequality in the workplace were welcomed by all of my classmates. I entered an ecosystem that didn't consider healthy conversations around race, politics, or religion to be taboo. I entered an environment in which I could really thrive. The rise of the Me Too and Time's Up movements in the past year proved that there's a stark difference between my experience within the four walls of Carlson and the reality of today's workplace. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Be the change that you want to see in the world." As you embark on your new journey towards becoming future leaders of the business world, I urge you to find a way to carry this culture of inclusion to whichever organization you go to next. You could be curious during discussions and ensure that everyone has a fair opportunity to share their thoughts. Or you could encourage conversations about topics that uncover inequalities within the workplace and find solutions to address them. Try to remember how the diversity of thought that you experience within the classroom, how it really enriched your experience, and seek out individuals within your community at work to contribute to the conversation in the same way. Do what you can to make a difference within your locus of control, no matter how big that is. Because as Barbara Mikulski has said, each one of us can make a difference. Together, we can make change. Dear fellow graduates and future leaders, let's make a change. Thank you once again. A quick shout out to my family. I love you all. And to my full-time MBA peers. I'm so grateful to be a part of your class. Because, you know, as Oprah said, you're awesome, and you're awesome, and you're awesome, and you're all awesome! Thank you very much. Congratulations, class of 2018. It's our day to celebrate, so let's get out and enjoy.
Thank you, Harpreet. You're awesome. And, you know, it was so heartwarming to hear that the Carlson School did provide a kind of an atmosphere which was inclusive to you, but I know we can always do better, and we always strive to do better. At this time, we come to the meat of the program, which is I'd like to begin the presentation of degrees. Our graduates will likely recognize those who are about to read their names, but I'd like to take a moment to introduce them to the entire audience. Reading names today will be Robin Wick, Director, Carlson School Executive MBA Program; Patrick McCarthy, Director of Student Affairs, Full-Time and Part-Time MBA Program; Yvonne Hu, Executive Director of the China Executive MBA Program, who will be reading the names for the China Global Executive MBA Program; Manfred Buckner, Program Manager, Vienna Global Executive MBA Program, who will be reading the names for the Vienna Global Executive MBA Program. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. I invite Regent David McMillan and Professor Sean Curley, Director of Graduate Studies for the Doctoral Program in Business Administration, to join me on stage for the presentation of our candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Business Administration. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy come forward as directed by the marshals?
Regent McMillan, Dean Zahir, on behalf of the faculty, the Carlson School presents the 2018 candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration. Greg Beaver, Faculty Advisor, Professor Mary Zelmer-Brun, Department of Work and Organizations. Rick Hardcock, Faculty Advisor, Professor Rachna Shah, Department of Supply Chain and Operations. Pettis Kent, Faculty Advisor, Professor Kevin Linderman, Department of Supply Chain and Operations. Ding Law. Faculty Advisor, Professor Federico Bello, Department of Finance. Probal Mojumdar. Faculty Advisor, Professor Ravi Bapna, Department of Information and Decision Sciences. Nicholas Olson. Faculty Advisor, Professor Rohini Aluwalia, Department of Marketing. Marco Chin. Faculty Advisor, Professor George John, Department of Marketing.
Sorry.
Seema Sujaduyani. Faculty Advisors, Professor Alan Benson, Professor John Kameyer-Mueller, Department of Work and Organizations. Ali Sanati. Faculty Advisor, Professor Murray Frank, Department of Finance. Zachary Scheffler, Faculty Advisor, Professor Sean Curley, Department of Information and Decision Sciences, De Lu assisting in the hooding. Chao Tong. Faculty Advisor, Professor Frank Gigler, Department of Accounting. Zuhui Xia. Faculty Advisor, Professor George John, Department of Marketing. Mo Chen Young. Faculty Advisors, Faculty Advisors, Professor Geddes Adamavicius and Professor Yu-Ching Ren, Department of Information and Decision Sciences.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration from the full-time program please come forward as directed by the marshals? At this time, the Carlson School invites Professor Joel Waldfogel, Associate Dean for MBA and MS programs, to the certificate table for the presentation of degrees. Regent McMillan, Dean Zahir, on behalf of the faculty the Carlson School presents the 2018 candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration from the full-time program. Laura Johnson. Harpreet Sandawalia. Fatma Ahmed. Joseph Alexander. Christopher Arnold. Saman Azamtash. No. Nicholas Barnett. Jordan Beasley. Pradeep Bardawaj. Edward Blevins. James Bond. Brian Brustoon. Caroline Burns. Shri Pradyoth Cherakupali. Surya Tej Chituri. Karin Christensen. Henry Christoph. Thomas Cloyd. Mari Davis. David Dawes. Kritin Raj Dubey. Brennan Early. Elizabeth Emery. Rachel Evans. Patrick Farley. Jacob Fortmeyer. Elisa Friesma. Chris Grantham. Zachary Griggs. Deepak. Zachary Hofeld. Peter Holmes. Benjamin Romatica. Drew Hurley. Siddharth Jayachandran. Ann Jensen. Melinda Junjuwala. Sarah Johnson. Thomas Castor. James Keeling. Elizabeth Kruzmark. Priyanka Lambda Nagiri. Justin Luker. Debjani Malik. Matvey Markov. William Moody. Benjamin Mulaney. Jonathan Muncher. Hans Nestigan. Diana Noble. Joseph Olin. Anna Olson. Rohan Prakash. Billy Pritzker. Sneha Ravindar. Stephanie Reineck. Catherine Robertson. Colin Robertson. Jocelyn Rousey. Peter Ryan. Jennifer Schreifels. Samarth Shah. Sedev Sharma. Ali Shader. Ashley Verberg Sukup. Frederick Steiner. Lauren Sutherland. Merritt Swain. Michael Switzer. Rafi Taschin. Jonathan Taves. Matthew Teasdale. Trong Thin Thiem. Brian Thompson. David Vett. Hillary Wagoner. Pierre Wallen. Caroline Watkins. Daniel Weber. Angela Whitrock. Dylan Wright. Patricia Wright. Sean Wiley. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration from the part-time program please rise as directed by the marshals? Regent McMillan, Dean Zahir, on behalf of the faculty, the Carlson School presents the 2018 candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration from the part-time program. Ahmed Abdallah. Graham Atchison. Kelsey Aden. Sunganda Agarwal. Bushra Ahmed. Christopher Anderson. Ryan Andorfer. Nicholas Bauer. Prachi Baweski. Kerr is in there. Corey Bedke. Andrew Berg. Jeremy Berghoff. Michael Bierbach. Christopher Bogert. Marcus Bolen. Marissa Brandt. Jose Chamorro. Jenna Chapisky. Kara Christensen. Jody Cochran. Jordan Cole. Krishna Das. Subath Jayant Devhard. Patrick Downey. Julia Duhane. Claire Dunlap. Elizabeth Dykers. Jessica Edmonston. Jacob Egelsetter. Okay. Caitlin Elgin. Eric Elgin. Nathan Elliott. Nathaniel Engelson. Marcos Frana. Sandamarie Franzen. Brett Fritz. Brett Gardner. Zachary Geitzfeld. Matthew Giamaluva. Kelly Giese. Rebecca Glass. Dawn Graff. Adam Gracek. Joshua Grohl. Dimple Gurjal. Noah Hansen. Michael Heckner. Hendel. Matthew Hyatt. Taylor Hall. Katie Hughes. Susanna Hoy. Sarah Hunt. Brandon James. Joshua Jans. Brian Johnson. Reed Johnson. Andrew Kelly. Alan Klachi. Budini Kodivtuvaku. Elena Luvchiska. Margaret Lamuro. Samuel Lee. Michael Lewis. Igor Lieberman. Brendan Lonergan. Andrew Lola. Luke Mistrovich. Elizabeth Mancuso. Robert Marcus. Timothy McCormick. Elizabeth McGlennon. Thomas Messerly. Jordan Miller. Saswat Mohanty. Rebecca Nash. Nicole Newville. Luke Neathammer. Matthew Nyland. Charles Officer. Jacob Olson. Anil Panikkar. Max Pipcorn. Alexander Pollock. Thomas Powers. Paul Quach. Breck Quadi. Ramjaz Rajagopalan. Nicholas Reveland. Mark Rivers. Maxwell Robbins. Eric Rodriguez. Hillary Rudgroden. Arun Chalam Sankaran. Cody Satterley. Cole Schiffler. Elisa Schillmoller. T. Mark Schober. Gregory Seeley. Thomas Seeley. Michael Schankenberg. Margarita Shiboko. Janarahana Saladi. Nikhil Tripathi. Bruce Schultz. Chad Soleil. Benjamin Spaniel. Eric Stetz. Christopher Stevens. Brittany Stewart. Samuel Tashima. Daniel Tofflick. Benjamin Dom. Cole Turriton. Brad Vinci. Tiana Carretta Vinci. Timothy Welly. Samantha Werner. Rachel Whitcomb. Elizabeth White. Sarah Weisner. Alan Woodstrom. Amber Willett.
Joseph Zwock.
Nope, that's fine. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration from the Executive Program please come forward as directed by the marshals? Regent McMillan, Dean Zahir. On behalf of the faculty, the Carlson School presents the 2018 candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration from the Executive Program. Maria Abbott. Alejandro Aguirre. Alexander Allen. Robert Ball. Raha Bean. Benjamin Boomer. Joseph Bothwell. Christopher Bowles. John Childers. John Curry. John Crawford Davis. Ryan Faber. Ryan Furlong. Philip Gazzoni. Lynn Gillis. Shannon Gregory. Christopher Gustafson. Peter Nicholas Johnson. Kevin Kilgore. Jonathan Krieger. Joseph LaLuzerne. Sujit Maharana. Manish Mohan. Corey Peterson. Kyle Rainey. Daniel Roth. Lawrence Stock. Vijay Sundarmurthy. Kristen Swenson. David Thompson. Matthew Uvegas. Adam Vanderpool. Caleb Von Vett. David Wagner. Andrew Whitnauer. Scott Werner. Jennifer Williams. Brandon Wills. Bassem Zanjani. Lisa Zell. Nicole Zenker. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration from the Industry Program please come forward as directed by the marshals? Regent McMillan, Dean Zahir. On behalf of the faculty, the Carlson School presents the 2018 candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration from the Industry Program. Jeffrey Beck. Parker Hamons. John Jones. Patrick McCarthy. Christopher Mulvaney. Emily Trapani. Eddie Whitkind. Uche Enekwe. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration from the Global Executive Program in China please come forward as directed by the marshals? At this time, the Carlson School invites Michael Houston, Associate Dean of the Carlson Global Institute, to the certificate table for the presentation of the Master of Business Administration degree for the China and Vienna Executive Programs. Joining him at the certificate table for the presentation of degrees is Professor Jiang Lin, Academic Co-Director of the China Executive MBA Program. Joining me at the readers' table to present the candidates is Yvonne Hu, Executive Director of the China Executive MBA Program. Regent McMillan, Dean Zahir, on behalf of the faculty, the Carlson School presents the 2018 candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration from the Global Executive Program in China.
卜翠红、曹阳、陈瑞、陈义龙、陈子嘉、冯金义、韩之平、贺华英、洪渊、黄飞、黄平、黄天军、李川、李敏、李英、廖阳、马军、马燕、聂超、钱红丽、如雷、苏张来、谭亨、唐真、童晶晶、杨海娜、杨继刚、张红、张燕、赵丽丽、郑荣丽、周成刚、周烨、户大洲、崔淑芬、
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration from the Global Executive Program in Vienna please come forward as directed by the marshals? Joining me at the readers' table is Manfred Buchner, Program Manager of the Vienna Executive MBA Program. Regent McMillan, Dean Zahir. On behalf of the faculty, the Carlson School presents the 2018 candidates for for the degree of Master of Business Administration from the Global Executive Program in Vienna.
Jakob Auer. Hirs Bauer. Emil Botusharov. Priyanka Dutta Paseka. Nikolaus Feimann. Thomas Gebhardt. Martin Gikow. Christa Gschweitel. Dennis Gustafsson. Gustav Iker. Sergei Ivanov. Andrea Joham. Ferenc Kemencei. Anita Kirilova. Alexander Kofink. Olga Lavrenova. Viorel Marculescu. Gerald Mitrovic. Michael Neumann. Radomir Radovanovic. Alexander Safonov. Özlem Shenzin. Daniela Shevo. Lukas Skocek. Elena Solomatina. Edward Strasser. Daniel Wagner.
Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in Human Resources and Industrial Relations degree please come forward as directed by the marshals? At this time, the Carlson School invites Professor Abner Ben-Nur, Faculty Director, and Stacy Debner-Hovey, Director of the Masters in Human Resources and Industrial Relations program, to the certificate table for the presentation of degrees. Regent McMillan, Dean Zahir, on behalf of the faculty, the Carlson School presents the 2018 candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Human Resources and Industrial Relations. Ahmed Al-Habashi. Amitosh. Manuel Banda. Rachel Benson. Lauren Billups. Kevin Brennan. Yu Kong Jung. Elishka Correa. Mackenzie Curtin. Brittany Daniels. Adriana DePaulis. Kirsten Dogner. Han Dong. Annalise Ellen Eamon. Miles Egan. Alyssa Belt. Rachel Gates. Anji Gao. Lori Gunn. Min Guo. Jennifer Haynes. Carly Hauer. Joanna Hedstrom. Shiteng Shi. Rui Huang. Jin Iji. Wendy Kissy. Eric Law. Jin Myung Lee. Urena Lee. Shuxian Lim. Claire Lundy. Christopher Morrison. Diana Noble. Yi Peng. Connor Popke. Junyi Chow. Argavan Rahebi. Hannah Rigatti. Jasmine Rogers. Devin Roll. Carrie Shear. Dadung Sunandar. Smriti Swaminathan. Kimi Tang. Jonathan Thomas. Holly Vesladal. Amanda Warner. Sanita Wongyingson. Jacob Wood. Jared Woodford. Jerusha Wynn. Wei Shi. Biying Shu. Jiao Shu. Yusuke Yamamoto. Jessica Zamora Weiss. Maria Zelinsky. Guozhu Zhao. Palin Zhou. Malia Zulkarnain. Will the candidates for the Master of Accountancy degree please come forward as directed by the marshals? At this time, the Carlson School invites Larry Callio, Director of the Master of Accountancy program, to the certificate table for the presentation of degrees. Regent McMillan, Dean Zahir, on behalf of the faculty, the Carlson School presents the 2018 candidates for the degree of Master of Accountancy. Claire Bergman. Holly Boki. Matthew Bourne. Noah Bush. Madison Gardner. Ian Gordon. Zhao Lun Hu. Fei Huang. Huyu Huang. Unbon Banikim. Madeline Kranz. Taylor Krinke. John Lindemann. Xinyan Luao. Wyatt Meckler. Aaron Raskin. Hannah Mucci. Chao Nguyen. Yu Ni. Sarah Polly. Yujun Shen. Foster Stengel. Peter Trandom. Shuishi Huang. Ethan White. Huitong Shu. Zhangyao Shi. Chanrian Chu. Will the candidates for the Master of Business Taxation degree please come forward as directed by the marshals? At this time, the Carlson School invites Paul Gutterman, Director of the Master of Business Taxation program, to the certificate table for the presentation of degrees. Regent McMillan, Dean Zahir, on behalf of the faculty, the Carlson School presents the 2018 candidates for the degree of Master of Business Taxation. Andrew Bowman. Yumei Chen. Jacob Hout. Alexander Shea. Jenna Ladd. Kwosyang Lin. Tenzin Sunam. Jiyuan Tang.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Business Analytics please come forward as directed by the marshals? At this time, the Carlson School invites Professor De Lu, Director of the Master of Science in Business Analytics program, to the certificate table for the presentation of degrees. Regent McMillan, Dean Zahir. On behalf of the faculty, the Carlson School presents the 2018 candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Business Analytics. Asta. John Stephen. Ankit Agarwal. Bekzat Alish. Kaya Arthur. Singh Bai. Haoyang Sai. Colin Catlin. Upragtha Chapa. Prathama Yesh Dalvi. Howie Dong. Disha Dubey. Devansh Garg. Jithan Matthews George. Srihari Gopi. Nikhil Goyal. Mukul Gupta. Justin Hagstrom. Kautik Hegade. Monica Jane. Saurabh Jaisankar, Ramnath Kamakoti, Suzanne Kaminsky, Mili Canaria, Imran Khan, Utkarsh Kandawal, Shruti Kizhakathra, Catherine Krajik, Gopi Krishna, Nikharika Kunta, Abhijit Kurve, Archana Shankar Lakshmi, Kaustubh Lavarkari, Tianbao Li, Yen Li, Zuan Li, Ao Liu, Jing Lu, Qin Yu, Wenhui Lu, Yuan Liu, Binji Ah, Saketh Ram Reddy, Anish Mathur, Banu Matu, Gaurav Modi, Arenvind GM, Arenvind GM, Corey Morris, Karthik Narapareddy, Hemant Rao Natarajan, Buon Oberoi, Yi Shui Yo, Abhilashi Pandi, Momi Panja, Pritish Parthiban, Navya Patimbandla, Gautami Pyri, Ashta Puri, Elin Kru, Chinnan Chu, Bryce Connell, Siddharth Ranchachari, Udit Ranjan, Aditya Rastogi, Aishwara Ravikumar, Neil Reddy Rebala, Yuchen Rong, Animesh Satyam, Ashlesh Sethi, Ravi Singh, Kaveri Singla, Shipra Sinha, Kevin Sorensen, Varun Srinivas, Deepak Ravakumar Shriman, Bharadinath KS, Saumya Srivastava, Kyle Stahl, Nicholas Studensky, Shuyu Sui, Alexander Sweet, Vineet Tana, Barka Thakur. Shrubhankar Tiwari. Sumit Verma. Hanjing Wang. Yi Fan Wang. Rachel Wolf. Yi Yang. Yu Yang Zhang. Kai Wen Zhao. Andrew Liu. Sandhya Surapaneni. Christopher Sharp. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Finance please come forward as directed by the marshals? At this time, the Carlson School invites Professor Robert Goldstein, Director of the Master of Science in Finance program, to the certificate table for the presentation of degrees. Regent McMillan, Dean Zahir, on behalf of the faculty, the Carlson School presents the 2018 candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Finance. Alicia Agrawal. Shu Rin Chen. Su Yang Duhal. Juan Camelo. Frederick Japardi. Kanjing Liu. Mingyu Liu. Mengwan Liu. William Manning. Bak Nguyen. Shucheng Yi. Sayala Satakar. Robert Stiller. Temis Jen Uzuz. Junyi Wang. Zhengyu Wang. Daniel Wilson. Wenji Zhang. Philip Zingring. Bingchun Zhou. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Supply Chain Management please come forward as directed by the marshals? At this time, the Carlson School invites Professor Karen Donahue, Director of the Master of Science in Supply Chain Management program, to the certificate table for the presentation of degrees. Regent McMillan, Dean Zahir, on behalf of the faculty, the Carlson School presents the 2018 candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Supply Chain Management. Mercedes Catchings. Gareth Hestick. Sarah Swan Ray. Andrew Slick. Prathika Shetty. Zifeng Tang.
Congratulations again to each and every one of you today on your accomplishments that take you Congratulations for your accomplishments that take you from being students of the Carlson School of Management to alumni. And here to welcome you into our alumni family is Brian Milovich, who is president of the Carlson School Alumni Board. Brian, a 2000 BSB alum, headed west after his commencement to start his career at Wells Fargo. He earned his MBA at Berkeley's Haas School and then joined a real estate private equity company. In 2010, he moved to Calvera Partners, where he is managing principal. Despite being located nearly 2,000 miles away, Brian remained closely connected to campus. He was a passionate advocate for our school, helping countless students and recent grads start and build their careers. And he was a driving force behind the success of our San Francisco Bay Area chapter. Brian truly is a gold standard for Golden Gopher alums. We were thrilled that Brian, like many of our graduates, recently boomeranged home to Minnesota. Here, he has continued to contribute to our success by serving on our alumni board and on our board of overseers. Ladies and gentlemen, graduating class of 2018, please join me in welcoming Brian Milovich.
Well, again, congratulations and welcome to the Carlson School alumni community. Like you, your alumni community Carlson School. Today, there are more than 55,000 Carlson School alumni across the globe. Now, that can seem like an overwhelming number, and even be tempted to take a break from the Carlson School, or maybe even hide out amongst the 55,000 strong. However, I'm here to explain what's in it for you. Like me, you might be moving to a new city for your next job, and you won't know a soul. I know that a Carlson alum will be there. She'll sit down with you for coffee, give you practical advice, and even connect you into the local Carlson network. I've seen it happen time and again. Or, I'm sure many of you, you'll be joining one of the 18 Fortune 500 companies here in the Twin Cities, and you'll start to compete with other high-performing recent grads from other top schools. You guys are the lucky ones, though. There's a Carlson alumni chapter at that company specifically to help you navigate the corporate ladder. You'll have an instant network that's the envy of your new peers. Or maybe you'll have a new business idea that you want to pursue and you just need some advice. That advice might come from a current faculty member or an alum who's an expert in that field. In any event, we're waiting for your questions. We want to hear from you. We are here to support you in your career and in your future endeavors. We ask that you be engaged with us, be present in your new Carlson community. Please give back in your own way using your talents and your gifts. I'm excited to hear about and follow the positive impact you'll make as new alumni of the Carlson School. Again, congratulations and thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian, for encouraging our graduates to be proud and confident of what they've learned at the Carlson School, and for emphasizing the importance of staying connected to your alma mater. As Brian mentioned, we are here to help you in your careers. We certainly couldn't create the great transformative experiences we have here without the help of our alumni. And at this time, I would like to invite Regent David McMillan to the podium for the conferral of degrees. Yes. Will all degree candidates please rise? On behalf of the faculty of the Carlson School of Management, I present to you the Carlson School of Management graduate class of 2018.
Thank you. Thank you, Dean Zahir and the faculty of this great school, one of the true gems in our crown of wonderful institutions across the University of Minnesota. Carlson makes us proud all the time, and I know all of you will go out and continue to make us proud. We get to do some amazing things as the members of the Board of Regents, exposed to a lot of different things, a lot of different people, and a lot of different opportunities, but nothing compares to the opportunity of commencement when we watch our academic mission, the strength of our faculty come together with our students and realize why we exist as a university to create and then share that knowledge. And I am 100% confident that you will all carry that on. So, here's what we came to do. Upon recommendation of the faculty and by the authority granted to the Regents of the University of Minnesota, I now confer upon each of you the degree for which you have qualified. Congratulations.
Now, will everyone who is able, please rise and join Laura Johnson, MBA class of 2018, as she leads us in singing Hail Minnesota. The words are on page 28 of your program. Afterward, please be seated until the graduates and the faculty have completely recessed out of the auditorium. And on behalf of the faculty and staff of the Carlson School, I extend our warmest congratulations to all of you.